But the ultimate was the stage show spawned by this album.
And the Lamb lies down on Broadway.
The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, released in 1974, had a darker theme than anything Genesis had done before, and quite unexpected.
The album is a concept album, but it rests on the concept of, in a sense, a Puerto Rican street punk in New York, which is a rather unusual concept, perhaps, for a bunch of public school boys from, England to fall upon.
The wind is blowing harder now, blowing dust into my eyes. The dust settles on my skin, making a crust I cannot move.
You can see why it lent itself to the stage. It's a kind of Pilgrim's Progress through the streets of Manhattan, but populated with demons and strange visions. The cover was by the graphic art team Hypnosis, famous for their work with Pink Floyd. In their archives is a folder of documents that shed light on the birth of the concept.
Okay, so this is an original folder, which probably hasn't been opened in about 40 years. Rael with oversized ravens, his gentles. There's all sorts of things, funny things here. We've got the Genesis logo that we designed for Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. You've got things like, this is interesting, this is a letter that Peter Gabriel wrote to Storm, my partner in Hypnosis, outlining exactly what Lamb Lies Down on Broadway was about. So there's a whole explanation here so that we could try and work up the imagery that would go with the album. I mean, that's what I call a real concept album, And look here, at the end of it, you've got alternative endings. He hadn't decided, Peter Gabriel, at the time, which ending he wanted, so he gave an option of both of them.
I wandered lonely as a cloud till I came upon this dirty street. I've never seen a stranger crowd.
The great thing about Genesis is that they had their cake and ate it, every last crumb. The music on The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway was easily the best they ever made with Peter Gabriel. And the show was fantastic.
Your skin's all covered in slimy lumps, with lips that slide across.
Gabriel, at one point, comes out in this, like an elephant man kind of costume.
We love you, have tasted love. Don't be alarmed at what you see. You yourself are just the same as what you see.
And the pictures look absurd, because it was wonderfully absurd. But if you were at that concert, it was no different from seeing a fantastic Broadway show or West End show, but for a new, more switched-on generation.
You're in the colony, slip a man. There's no one all around. You get out if you got to cry. To see Dr. Diamond on time, here without.
And look here, at the end of it, you've got alternative endings. He hadn't decided, Peter Gabriel, at the time, which ending he wanted, so he gave an option of both of them.
Moving down the water, John is drifting out of sight. It's only at the turning point that you find out how you fight. In the cold, feel the cold all around, and the rush of crashing water surrounds me with its sound, striking out to reach you. I can't get through to the other side. When you're racing in the rapids, there's only one way, that's to ride taken down by the undead.